Imagine a scenario so politically charged that it could turn the world of diplomacy on its head. Hillary Clinton, the former Secretary of State, suggests she would consider nominating her 2016 election rival, President Donald Trump, for a Nobel Peace Prize. But here's where it gets controversial. This nomination would only be on the table if Trump managed to broker a peace deal with Russia that benefits Ukraine and doesn't cave to Vladimir Putin's demands. Clinton, who lost the 2016 presidential race to Trump, made these remarks on the Raging Moderates podcast. She emphasized that the president should prioritize protecting European security during his upcoming meeting with the Russian leader in Alaska. This meeting, which comes after 3.5 years of conflict between Russia and Ukraine, is a critical moment for both nations and the broader international community. Why it matters. The high-stakes meeting in Anchorage is a pivotal point in the ongoing conflict. Trump has promised to end the war with Russia since his first day in office in January. He has repeatedly warned that if Russia doesn't agree to peace terms, it will face severe economic consequences. The Trump administration has already celebrated several peace agreements and negotiations during the first 6 months of his presidency, setting a precedent for what could be achieved in Alaska. What to know? Speaking on the podcast, Clinton elaborated on her conditions for nominating Trump for the Nobel Peace Prize. She stated, "I understand from everything I've read that Trump would very much like to receive a Nobel Peace Prize. And honestly, if he could bring about the end to this terrible war where Putin is the aggressor invading a neighboring country, trying to change the borders. If he could end it without putting Ukraine in a position where it had to concede its territory to the aggressor, had to, in a way, validate Putin's vision of a greater Russia, but instead could really stand up to Putin, something we haven't seen, but maybe this is the opportunity, to make it clear that there must be a ceasefire. There will be no exchange of territory, and that over a period of time, Putin should be actually withdrawing from the territory that he has seized. In order to demonstrate his good faith efforts, let us say, not to threaten European security. Look, if we could pull that off, if President Trump were the architect of that, I'd nominate him for a Nobel Peace Prize, because my goal here is not to allow capitulation to Putin, aided and abetted by the United States. Trump, however, has been cautious about setting expectations for the meeting. He told Fox News Radio's The Brian Kilmeade Show, "I'm convinced that he, Putin, is going to make a deal. He's going to make a deal. I think he's going to, and we're going to find out. I'm going to know very quickly." Trump explained that this initial meeting is intended to lay the groundwork for a second one, possibly involving Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. He added, "So, we're going to be calling President Zelensky. If it's a good meeting, if it's a bad meeting, I'm not calling anybody. I'm going home." Trump also mentioned that he would reach out to European leaders following the meeting. What happens next? The highly anticipated meeting between Trump and Putin is scheduled to take place today in Anchorage, Alaska. The outcome of this meeting could have far-reaching implications for the region and the world. As tensions remain high, many are watching closely to see if Trump's diplomatic efforts will yield the peace that has eluded the region for so long. Controversy comment hooks. This scenario raises some intriguing questions. Is it realistic to expect Trump to stand firm against Putin given their past interactions? And what does this say about the nature of political alliances and rivalries? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Trump has what it takes to achieve a lasting peace in Ukraine? Or is this just another political maneuver? Let us know.